My name is Ruqayya Tofa Basheer and I'm the founder of Raw Beauty. Raw Beauty is a woman-led, sustainability-driven green beauty company that promotes inner and outer beauty. Most of our ingredients come from local indigenous plant resources, mainly found in Kano State, where our factory is based. We also then couple it with active ingredients and really advanced formulation techniques in order to achieve highly efficacious treatment-based skincare, hair care products for treatment of acne, dry skin, and hyperpigmentation. We are highly inspired by sustainability, so therefore all our processes are designed to mitigate climate change or respond to climate change. So we have zero waste policy, we have no plastics policy, we also have a lot of women-based empowerment projects and charities that we support. So that's Raw Beauty in a nutshell. The story behind Raw and how it started. Really, it started with me. It's my story. It's my battle with eczema from a very young age, and going off to the UK and not having the right solution for that, and not being as educated to care for my skin. And then of course, as I grew older, I actually went to see an esthetician when I was much older, and it wasn't just my parents taking me to the dermatologist. So I tried to seek solutions for myself, but then I think I was giving really harsh products that ended up damaging my skin barrier. So that's when I first became aware of ingredients in products, and I went on to research a lot about that, and I started using more natural based skincare. And then of course moving back to Nigeria in 2008, where then it became difficult for me to source the products that I was used to using. And so then I started looking into local solutions for myself. Then one day I found myself in the UK, and I was there for a little long period. So I decided to do courses to learn how to properly make them. And it started with just me trying to find solution for myself. I wasn't really thinking about it as a business, to be honest. But then later on, when I gave birth to my daughter, and it looked like she was having the same issue, and that brought back a lot of negative memories to me. So I still wasn't confident enough to say, okay, let me do this for her, let me solve this issue, even though I had done all these courses. And so I tried to seek solutions from already available products, and I was in the States, and I looked into companies like Honest Company and Burt's Bees, and that still wasn't, solving her problem. And she was a baby. I mean, she was like a little over 2 weeks old. And so I just said, you know how to do this. So I went into Amazon and some like natural ingredient stores in the US online. And so I made my first skin butter for her. And within a week, like, her skin literally peeled off. I did a stories on my Instagram I think it was last year, and I showed the difference, like how she was born and how wrinkly and dry her skin was. And then the after, like, I think it literally took less than a week, and her skin literally fell off. It was like she grew new skin. So after that, I was of course with family and friends, and everybody was like, you have to take this seriously, because I mean, they saw the difference. So coming back to Nigeria, then I took it seriously, and I registered the company, and the rest is history. Yeah, so the most difficult thing about building a business from scratch really is that you're really kind of doing it alone, I would say. And you're learning as you go along. But I always say, being in an environment like Nigeria, I mean, I always complain as well, but at the same time, there's an advantage to it in that you have more room for not mistakes, but for growth, for learning. You know, customers are a bit more forgiving, I would say. So starting a business here, and you know, an important or sensitive business like skincare, for example, I find that, you know, because we don't have much laws here, you kind of get away with murder in a way, which is not a good thing, but at the same time it allows you to really develop and grow. For me, I feel like I've grown so much from the first product to where we are now, mainly because of interaction with the customers. You know, you always ask them to come back to you with information. You're always getting in touch, trying to find out how they're finding the product, how they're getting along, and you get a lot of feedback. And so if something is not working, you are able to actually change it, whereas I think in other countries you have to have it right, you know, from the get-go. Where is Raw Beauty now? I feel like Raw Beauty currently, you know, in Nigeria specifically, we have gained enough visibility and trust from our customers, and it's time to grow. Yes, you know, we have so many issues here with the Naira devaluation and all these issues going on in Nigeria. So, you know, but even from the beginning, we knew that our market was not really the Nigerian market per se, because, you know, we have to do a lot of education because we're sustainability based, and people over here don't really grasp that enough already. So we knew that we had to couple that with exportation. So that's really what we're working on now, to get our products to the point where we can start exporting them. We're already in a company in UK, and we're just getting ready to start sending to an online company in the US as well. So we started bridging that gap, but we need to do more work. We're trying to really get the products to have this trust stamped on it from an international perspective. So that means certifications, not just NAFDAC, you know. You need to get like EU certifications, UK certifications. You need to get your FDA, all your labeling for the FDA ready. You need to, we want to grow our farm just so that we can also certify the ingredients, not all the ingredients, but at least the main ingredients we use, like hibiscus, like, you know, desert date, moringa. We want to certify those ingredients by Soil Association, you know, Cosmos, those kind of certifications. So that's also where we want to head to. What else? Yeah, just get into the international market. What have I enjoyed the most starting my own company? I am a creative person, so I of course thoroughly enjoy like the business development aspect of it, and the branding and designing of the packaging and all that. But additionally, I would say I've also enjoyed, like, and I still do enjoy, the research and development aspect of the business. I am so into researching about, you know, plant resources and how, you know, their biological compositions, and how I could use that to improve my products. And yeah, I would say I really enjoy that aspect of it. So if in the future my business goes to the length I want it to, and if I'm, you know, to stay on the business, I would see myself more in the research and development department. Wow, there's so many exciting things. I don't know whether, some of the things I'm thinking about is like DNA testing and, apps that can, you know, consult and, map your skin and all these, artificial intelligence stuff to do with beauty and skincare. But of course, in Nigeria, I don't think we're there yet. But nevertheless, these are really the kind of things that excite me. I'm always reading, about innovations in the industry. And yes, we might not be able to get there, but I feel like we're becoming really leaders in this industry. Where we're not just whipping shea butter, for example. We're really becoming advanced, and we're looking into all the recent innovations and technologies, but at the same time, trying to stay within our roots and trying to say, that we do value our African ingredients as well. So yeah, so that's really exciting for us. So this is very, very important, and I think I've done quite a few Instagram stories about this. The most important thing really, and I've even given a talk in the university about this, the most important thing to understand about entrepreneurship is really, one, you're trying to provide a solution. And I always advise people that say, oh, I want to do the same thing you're doing. And I'm like, it's not really about looking at what somebody is doing and looking at the surface. Your why has to be so important and personal to you. Like I've just said, my story and how I started was something that was so personal to me and something that really affected my life and my happiness, So, it wasn't like I was from the get-go wanting to solve it myself. I looked to others to provide that solution for me, but I just couldn't. And so I created it for myself. So I think an entrepreneur really has to be able to connect with their why, because as we all know, entrepreneurship is so hard, especially if you're living in Nigeria or an African or any developed country. There's so many impediments along the way, and you have to be so resilient, and you have to be so creative, and you have to be very, very attached to your why and passionate about what you're doing. So that's the advice that I would give. Make it personal. Find a solution to something that has been boggling you for a long time and that nobody has been able to give you a solution for. That's how you will stay the course.